MRA varsity boys basketball road to playoff gold. Copiah Academy, the MAIS 4A South Regional Basketball Tournament. Patriots taking on the Oak Forest Yellow Jackets. We were scheduled to play these guys a couple of weeks ago in Madison, but the winter weather chaos ended up canceling that game. Couldn't get it rescheduled late in the year, but now they meet in the semifinals. In the quarterfinal rounds in the boys bracket in this tournament, everybody won by at least 20 points. Blowouts on Monday. MRA won 72-31 against Cathedral Catholic. Oak Forest beat Park Lane by 20 to get here. And Coach Richard Deweese's number of games left to play with the postseason, down under 10 left if you play them all out and keep winning. 29-2 overall. We're ready to meet the starting lineups. Glad to have you with us. Alan Burford, our producer director, Scott Thomas Murphy behind the camera. And we got Lee Adams, who's been great on broadcast for MRA basketball through the years. And I'm Philip Palmertree. Good to be teamed up with Lee. Just had a dramatic girls game. Did not go MRA's way. 48-46 loss. We'll talk more about that at halftime. But now starters being announced. Oak Forest, the 2 seed out of District 4 being introduced. They're in black and gold. Yellow Jackets with senior Jake DePaula at 5'10". Junior Brennan Wilkinson at 5'10". Senior O'Meara Williams at 6'1". Brady Bridges, 6'4", junior. And Wes Starkey, a junior at 5'10". MRA will have height advantage at a lot of positions in this ball game against Oak Forest. MRA, the higher seed, 1 seed out of Region 3, wearing home white, the higher seed. They'll start Evan Carr, 6 tall senior, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. Caden Harvey, junior at 6'1", 11 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Jack Dalton, 6'3", junior, 9 points, 4 rebounds. Will Bezot, the senior, averages 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. And Eric Dampier, junior at 6'10", 16 points, 13 rebounds. And he's second on the team in assists with 3. Oak Forest has had a lot of success in the last few years, Lee Adams. They had a really talented senior class move on. They're kind of in a rebuild year, but this is a team that knows how to play basketball. They play tough physical basketball, and they're going to be tough on the perimeter.
They certainly are, and every coach in the entire country would love to have Eric Dampier, no matter what grade he's in. From the time he was in the 8th grade up until now when he's a sophomore, you can build a pretty good team, but he's not the only multifaceted, multi-talented player on the team. There's a lot of talent to go with him, and we're underway here from Copiah Academy as MRA tries to go for their 30th win of the season.
Yellow Jackets control the opening tip, work against man pressure by the Pats. That's Wilkinson, drives, then kicks out, back behind the arc, into the corner. 3 on the way from the corner, swirls out on Bridges. MRA with a rebound. Evan Carr loops it down to Dampier, draws the double team, reverses to Bezot, now in the paint. Now to the corner for a Caden Harvey 3. Short, rebound on the offside, taken by Wilkinson. Each team with a missed 3. And a miss at the rim by Bridges, affected certainly by the presence of the 6'10" big man. Transition 3, good by Evan Carr. He has improved his long-range shooting through this season. Played 1 minute, 3-0 Patriots. Will Bezot, man up on Starkey. And a DePaula 3 is good. Veteran player Jake DePaula with a good-looking shot, evens it up at 3. Carr to the left side, baseline. Dalton on the drive. Nice job shaking loose of a defender, and the finger roll with the right hand.
Bad pass, and it's Dalton comes up with the steal.
They'll call an offensive foul on Dalton. Late whistle, but it will turn it over to Oak Forest. 5-3 Patriots. First foul of the ball game goes on Dalton.
Jennings Kluka, K-L-U-K-A, number 0, has joined the lineup for Oak Forest.
There was a Kluka who's played a lot of good basketball for Oak Forest, who I presume is an older brother. And Kluka will fire and on cue make the shot. Talking about the family tradition. 6'5" Oak Forest. Harvey on the left sideline, up between the rings, back and forth dribble. Lob for EJ, can't get it in, goes off the rim. Kluka claims the rebound. That'll go in the books as a shot. And Evan Carr called for the foul, bodying up on number 5, Brennan Wilkinson, on a drive. Second MRA foul. 5:41 to go first quarter. Winner of this game will play in the championship tomorrow against the Simpson and Jackson Prep winner. That game will be the final game of today's Thursday semifinal session. Look at a big man out between the rings guarding Williams. Williams drive, kicks out from underneath. Wilkinson whips it back off the shins, but to a teammate. 3 off the mark. Long rebound out to Dalton. Patriots trying to go fast. The other end, and then bodies are on the deck. Held ball. MRA basketball. Thanks to the possession arrow. Big push. Williams picks up the foul.
I don't know how he thought he would get away with one that blatant.
There are pushes and then there are pushes, and that was a push.
That more in the shove category.
3 not there for Bizant. That's a good look for him. Good shot on the floor. He'll make that a lot in the game. Williams isolated up top on EJ. Then a block on the backboard by Dampier. He'll control it, handle it in the open court, flip in the corner to Harvey, quickly over to Carr. Reverses, Dalton fakes the 3, drives, leaves it for EJ, who bobbles it, and then he's going to get called for the travel. Just lost the handle for a moment. 6-5 Oak Forest. 4.5 minutes to go in the opening period. Kluka, free throw line. EJ nearly poked it away from him. Tough 2, missed. Rebound tipped around. Evan Carr controls it. Into the corner, Harvey. Here's a 3. Too long. Rebound knocked away from Dampier over the inline by Wilkinson. Both teams kind of like two fighters kind of feeling each other out in the early round. Bizant, deep 3. Off the front of the rim. Kluka with another rebound. Midway point of the first quarter. And as old coach Bob Boyd used to say, a lot of activity, not a lot of accomplishment. Look at Dampier with the hands, the steal, and the run out, and he misses the slam. That delights the Oak Forest fans. Deep 3, air ball, but saved by Kluka. Wilkinson fighting for some space, gets bailed out with a foul call. Foul going on Carr. That's 2 early fouls on Evan Carr. That'll get Xavier Carr into the ball game along with Aiden Thompson. Coach Richard Deweese's rotation. 3-1 in, another opportunity coming. Dalton and Harvey check out. Actually, Evan Carr is going to stay in. So both Carrs on the floor, along with Dampier, Thompson, Bizot. Free throw good. 3-point lead early for Oak Forest. MRA has an Evan Carr 3 and a Jack Dalton 2 at the rim. Zay looking inside. Evan back to Xavier Carr, 3, halfway down and bucks out. A lot of contact there on Dampier as he was going back up. Foul goes on Brennan Wilkinson of Oak Forest, his first, team's second. To put EJ at the line, he's a 45% free throw shooter on the year. A lot of discussion going on with one of the officials and both coaches. I don't know if there's a message being relayed to both coaches about some things that are going on the court. But 8-7 the score. Drive Williams. Open look, top of the key, not there. Again, an offensive rebound. Wilkinson bounced it to the corner for a Kluka 3, and he scores it over Dampier.
That's DePaula. He's 2 out of 2 from three-point land, and suddenly MRA finds himself down by 4.
Yeah, DePaula with a 3 from the corner. They lead it by 4. MRA stumbling out of the gate early, offensively. Free throw line, Dampier, 1 bounce, back out to Zay. They get called for the little preliminary step. So if you're Oak Forest, you like the way you've started here. You've landed the first punch. Leading by 4 with the basketball, 2.5 to go in the first. Williams on the dribble, goes left, meets 3 defenders. Drive for Starkey, underneath the rim to DePaula, who drives. Tough shot, missed. They'll call Dampier for the travel as he's falling backwards, trying to control the rebound off the miss. Jack Dalton in for Will Bizot. 2:08 to go in the first. They dribbled it on the inline, it looks like, from the way the official ruled it. We can't see down at that end. We're at the complete opposite end of the court. But 2 minutes to go. MRA trying to pull a little closer. 4 points down. A nice soft touch from the big man. Second bucket for Dampier. Lead cut in half. And a strong drive and finish on a little scoop shot from Wilkinson. Back to a 4-point game. Baseline, Aiden Thompson. 9-footer miss, gets his own rebound, gets the defender in the air, and able to score it in the lane. (13-11). Minute 20 to go in the first 8 minutes. Starkey guarded by Thompson, sees an opening. Then good help from Dalton, but gotta credit Weston Starkey with keeping his wits about him and scoring. Dalton with a quick shot, went halfway down and came out. Kluka to Williams. He'll back out to the logo. Under 45 seconds. Wilkinson guarded by Harvey, gets past Harvey. Gets some contact from Dalton. Shot hangs on the rim but falls off. It'll be a pair of free throws.
That's 2 personals on Jack Dalton here in the first quarter.
Dalton has 2. Carr has 2. That is Evan Carr. Some things playing out well for Oak Forest in the first quarter. Wilkinson 3 out of 3 at the line. Another free throw coming up. Trying to stretch a 5-point lead to 6. He does it. Final 30-plus seconds. Dampier tried to get it to Thompson, cutting the left baseline, but off his fingertips, turns it over to Oak Forest.
Turnover number 5 forced by the Yellow Jackets.
Wilkinson going up through contact will get back to the free throw line. Thompson, the guilty party.
Well, the Yellow Jackets have been the aggressor throughout this first quarter.
Straight through and good on the first free throw. 18-11, 16 seconds. Only MRA players lined up on the lane to rebound off a miss. They don't get the miss.
Wilkinson 6 out of 6 from the free throw line.
They'll bring out Williams, put Brady Bridges back in the game. Definite size advantage for MRA on this trip. Put it to the big man, dumps it down to Thompson. The assist from EJ, 2 for Aiden. He's got 4, 19-13. That will end the quarter. Shot didn't miss by much. MRA down 6 after the first 8 minutes, 19-13. We'll return to the start of the second quarter on the MRA Patriots Sports Network. Fresh 8 minutes on the clock. Oak Forest leads 19-13 over MRA in this first of 2 semifinals in the 4A South Regional Tournament. Copiah Academy being generous host to us all. The MRA girls lost 48-46 to Simpson in the opening ball game of today's session. We'll be back in the girls bracket after this game. Jackson Prep and Park Lane, then Jackson Prep and Simpson, and the boys match up in the other semifinal to close out Thursday. MRA trails by 6. Evan Carr back on the floor. Jack Dalton as well, both with 2 fouls. Outside, Bridges. 3. Horseshoes out off Kluka's hands. Dalton clears the rebound, but his pass for Bizot too hot and into the front row of the bleachers.
Turnover.
My wife almost caught
6.
that one.
Yeah. He was in position, huh?
Yeah, she's got the hands for it. She can handle that.
Only 1 Oak Forest turnover, 6 for MRA early.
Lee's uncovered the critical stat, the early part of this ball game right there. Bizot fouls Starkey on the mid-range too. Oak Forest getting a lot done at the free throw line early. So far, it's been all Brennan Wilkinson, but now it's Weston Starkey's turn. Oak Forest was 34-4 last year. They lost to Heritage in the 5A finals and then lost to JA in the overall semis last year. And these guys know big-time postseason basketball. 20-13. Bizot, three, bullseye. He's hit. Second made three for the Patriots. Pulls them within 4. Williams driving on Dalton. Oak Forest bench wanted a goaltend call. Did not get it. Dalton down to, now they're calling an offensive foul on Jack Dalton. That's his 3rd. Protest from Coach Deweese.
That's his 3rd already.
2016, opening 90 seconds of the second quarter. Williams in the corner. Dalton between him and the bucket. Starkey turned back in the lane. Bridges 3, too long. Good position for Evan Carr. The baseline rebound. Open look, Harvey. He'll square up, fire, hits it off the heel. And stripped away from Dalton by Wilkinson. He'll turn in, can't get it in. Rebound, Dampier. Nice lead pass ahead. Bizot can't finish at the rim. MRA touched it last.
Coach DeWeese wants a timeout, I think. Nope. We'll keep playing as MRA back to within 4 after trailing by as many as 6 here in the first half.
Dalton out, Thompson in. DePaula gives it up to Bridges. He's got Dampier playing him out high. I mentioned these guys are good on the perimeter, don't have a true post player, and Williams takes the extra step, shuffles his feet in the lane. Patriot basketball, 5:45 to go in the second. MRA with a slow start in this one, and then Dampier can't keep it, kept by Carr. Nice feed to Thompson, can't finish at the rim. Yellow Jackets working their game. DePaula, deep 3 is good. He has got a quick trigger, and that's his second 3 of the game. 23-16, 5:22 to go. We've got a timeout. We'll return in 30 seconds on the MRA Patriot Sports Network.
Don't stop
thinking about tomorrow.
Don't stop investing in your future. For help living well today and tomorrow, talk to an experienced Trustmark wealth advisor to save for education or plan for an early retirement. For generations, we've helped people live their dreams. Let us help you. Trustmark. People you trust. Advice that works.
The right way top grapes. And the right way to film it is in slow motion. Obviously. Because authentic ingredients make a sub above.
Oak Forest playing well early. Offensive end, MRA's turned it over way too many times early. 4A South semifinals, and the Patriots turn it over again. Not sure if Thompson was ready for that pass from Carr.
Turnover number 7 for the Patriots. It's the same thing that really came back to haunt the Lady Patriots in their earlier game with Simpson.
Way off on the 3, but there's Oak Forest with hustle to run it down. Steal a possession here. Williams out of the crowd to Kluka underneath. Then a travel on the spin move by Wilkinson. Still, Oak Forest playing aggressively. They're not going to get a 7-point lead and think they can sit on it and shorten the game. They're going to continue to do the things they do. Try to put the pressure on MRA, the favored team in this game. Here's Carr trying to get his second three. Rolls around, missed. Caden Harvey right on time to score on the offensive rebound. 6-point game after one quarter. Now it's a 5-point game. Williams likes to go down that right side, leveled off. Back to DePaula, deep wide and right. Skipped it over, left side. Starkey can't get it to go, point blank range. And Carr gets tripped up. Looks like Williams pick up the foul.
That's going to be his second as he shoved him in the back.
Evan Carr went into the padding hard, but he's okay. First team foul of the quarter on the Yellow Jackets. Carr gonna go right through, step through two defenders, and another foul. Leg stuck out there. DePaula picks up his first. This time it'll be two shots. Evan Carr, 60% free throw shooter, 3 points in the action so far, now 4. MRA as a team makes just 54% of their free throws. And as a team, they make 49% of their field goals. You often don't see teams that close in those two categories.
So you're saying we shoot better when they're guarding us.
That's right. Timeout called by Oak Forest with 3:44 to go. 23-20 is the score. Check the length of the timeout. It's a full timeout. We'll return in 60 at the semifinals.
Gumbo is a quintessential Louisiana dish, right? Our gumbo's just got tremendous flavor. It's about quality. If you skip any part of the process, you'll definitely get called out for it, and we just don't do that. Of course, we have salt and pepper shakers on every table, but rarely do we see someone pick them up. If you're gonna do a gumbo, you better do it the right way.
We understand how important it is to have transportation to rely on. So no matter what the road ahead brings, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for over 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
Second quarter, 3:44 to go. Oak Forest has led for most of the first half, 23-20, and they have the ball. Philip Palmertree alongside Lee Adams. Drive and score at the rim for Wilkinson. Dampier was on the weak side, couldn't get around to challenge the shot. Wilkinson has 10 in my book. Caden Harvey, 3, way short. But the Pats save it. Evan Carr, quick trigger, 3 is good. Evan Carr, para tres. Cuts it down to a 2-point game. Williams draws out the defensive presence of Dampier. Now to DePaula. Then they'll call an illegal screen on Williams. Really stuck that leg out there to slow down the defender.
Brady Bridges, number 14, rejoins the lineup as Amara Williams comes out.
3 personal fouls on Williams. He's got 3. Jack Dalton for the Patriots has 3. Bizot can't get a little three-point streak going, and they'll call Aiden Thompson for a foul, going for the rebound. It's Aiden's second, team's third. 2:39 to go. MRA was trying there to tie or take the lead, but goes back to the Yellow Jackets. Free throw line jumper just nicks the front of the rim. EJ with a rebound. Corner to Harvey, out high to Bizot. Goes inside the arc, sends it back out to Carr. Looking at a 2-3 zone. Baseline drive, Harvey. Quick pass, Carr throws it, nobody home, and an offensive foul called on Evan Carr. He's got 3. Fouls piling up for 3 different MRA players in the first half.
That's big time foul trouble for those 2 youngsters, and now Xavier Carr will come in, and Evan will rest with the 3 fouls.
Oak Forest 25, Patriots 23, 2 minutes to go before we get to the intermission. Wilkinson on the baseline. Good defensive pressure on ball by Zay Carr. Kluka. Over to Starkey. And reset it. Starkey's 3 hits the side of the backboard. Rebound Thompson. He weaves into the open floor. We'll give it up to Xavier Carr. Running the offense through Dampier. Goes up right side. Gets fouled. Kluka settled with his first personal, team's 4th. Dampier 0 for 1 at the line. Coming into the game, he was 51 out of 113 at the line, and no other MRA player had taken even half that many free throws.
Braxton Wascom, wearing number 1, the shortest player on the floor at 5'7", has joined the lineup for the Yellow Jackets.
He's got to block out Dampier the free throw, but
Damp missed them both.
Empty trip again. MRA's tightened up their defensive pressure, but just haven't quite been able to get the offensive rhythm going. Bridges gets bumped by Dampier's left leg, and that'll be the first foul on the sophomore post player. But it's going to put Oak Forest in the bonus. 2 shots for Bridget. First one in and good. Lead at 4 with 1 minute to play before halftime. Zay looks at the zone, right side. Now back, handoff. Bizot, bounce pass Harvey. Back up to Bizot. Here's Xavier Carr. He'll fire for 3 and make it. MRA within 1. First points for the junior Xavier Carr, averages 6 points a game. 27-26 right before the half. Bridges not going to take a shot over Dampier, even at close range. Starkey dribbles out high under 12 seconds. Get that out of here. Rejected into the corner. Frustration on the Oak Forest bench. Coach Curtis Mathern didn't like the shot selection there. 7.9 seconds to go before halftime. Wascom guarded by Carr. The drive and the score. They count the 2.
Yep.
They do. I think the officials are talking about it yet. It's gone up on the board. If it stands, it's 29-26 That looks like that's going to be well, they are going to check the iPad, so we'll hold it right here just to get the score right. If it happens quickly, if it's good, it's 29-26 in the semifinals of the South Regional Tournament in 4A. They count the basket. Halftime score, Oak Forest 29, MRA 26. We'll return with more MRA playoff basketball on the Patriot Sports Network.
Don't stop.
Thinking about tomorrow.
Don't stop investing in your future. For help living well today and tomorrow, talk to an experienced Trustmark wealth advisor to save for education or plan for an early retirement. For generations, we've helped people live their dreams. Let us help you. Trustmark. People you trust, advice that works.
Next family take-home meal? We got you covered at Fleetway Market in Gluckstadt. Our state-of-the-art smoker makes the best smoked brisket, chicken, pulled pork, and ribs on this side of the Mississippi. So let us fuel you up next time you pick up. Fleetway is so proud to support our hometown MRA Pats.
At the Winning Smile Dental Group, we take pride in the work we do, and it's reflected in every smile.
For years, we've dedicated ourselves to making a difference
and changing our patients' lives for the better.
At our offices, you'll find a comfortable, welcoming environment and high-quality care.
And as your neighbors, we are part of your local community.
We're committed to providing the finest dental care around. Call us today and let's win back your smile.
Hey MRA Pats! Did you know that there's no need to go out of the way for your next family take-home meal? We got you covered at Fleetway Market in Gluckstadt. Our state-of-the-art smoker makes the best smoked brisket, chicken, pulled pork, and ribs on this side of the Mississippi. So let us fuel you up next time you pick up. Fleetway is so proud to support our hometown MRA Pats.
You practice that one thing over and over. After a few thousand reps, you master it. That's why the subspecialists at Mississippi Sports Medicine focus on one specific area of the body. So when they see you, they've seen your condition thousands of times. For a winning outcome, turn to Mississippi Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center. Your life, our focus.
Hey Patriots, are you thinking about buying a new home or selling a current one? Take a moment to consult with a friend and fellow MRA supporter Shannon Roundtree with SB Collect, a division of Starkville Property. Shannon would love to help you whether you're in the central Mississippi area, and if Starkville is on your radar, you're in good hands too. Shannon has a special place in her heart for this part of our beautiful state and is ready to help you find the perfect home. You can reach her on her cell at 601-540-3235 or at the office 662-324-0037. Wishing all the Patriots and their families a wonderful year and a successful sports season. Go Pats.
At Uptown Dental, located in the township on Highland Colony, their passion is helping patients look and feel their best. Dr. Michelle Cruz and Dr. Claire Greiner are dedicated to creating an experience that is pleasant, comfortable, and pain-free. Their state-of-the-art facility welcomes patients into a spa-like atmosphere. Uptown Dental has the latest dental treatments and most cutting-edge technology available. From 3D cone beam imaging, digital x-rays, digital impressions, Invisalign orthodontic treatment, and so much more, at Uptown Dental they pride themselves on staying on top of the constant changes in dentistry.
Ely's is a proud sponsor of MRA Patriot Athletics. Come try our USDA Prime New York Strip, bone-in filet, New England scallops, or sauteed Gulf crab claws. Ely's also offers an extensive wine list and bar selections. Ely's, upstairs on Jackson Street in Ridgeland. Good luck, Patriots.
Philip Palmertree with you at halftime. Copiah Academy hosting MAIS Class 4A South Regional Basketball Tournament, first of two boys semifinals. In the earlier game, rough game for Coach Stephen Force's Lady Patriots, 48-46 loss. They led by as many as 22, led by 18 at the half, but just could not get enough points in, only 8 points in the second half on their way to a loss that puts them in the third place game, consolation game. Championship game against the Jackson Preps. In the first half, he made a pair of long distance calls for three and made 2 out of 2 at the free throw line. I have him with 8. Eric Dampier with 4 off a couple of made shots, 0 for 1 at the line. Aiden Thompson with 4. 3 for Will Bezot and 3 also for Xavier Carr. They each hit 1 from long distance. And then 2 for Caden Harvey and 2 for Jack Dalton. The interesting story on the MRA side is fouls that are piled up. Evan Carr with 3, Jack Dalton with 3, and Aiden Thompson with a pair of fouls in the first half. Oak Forest led it by 6 at the end of the first quarter. They lead it by 3 at the half, led by 10 points from Brennan Wilkerson and 9 from Jake. Well, Jake, we're not sure if Jake's got 6 or 9, but they hit some three-pointers to get a lead, and Oak Forest has played it tough, Lee Adams.
They've had led throughout, enjoyed the 6-point cushion at the end of one quarter, still on top by 3 at halftime, and I'd like to be a fly on the wall in the locker room for Coach Richard DeWeese, looking for career win number 1,881 today. It's not going to come easy.
It looks like MRA has just been out of sync offensively. Passes into the post have gone off, deflected off hands out of bounds. The player hasn't been ready for a pass, or maybe sometimes, we talk about sharing the basketball, making the extra pass. Sometimes the extra pass isn't the best pass. Sometimes in some situations,
one too many.
You've got to go up and take the shot. I think there may have been a possession or two where that happened. So they're certainly haven't seen MRA playing at the top of their form in the first half, and Oak Forest has had something to do with that. They're undersized, but Coach Hudnall said when he was talking to John Weaver in the Hey Coach episode earlier today that this is a team that's, we've got to be able to run the offense through Eric Dampier, because they're going to have matchup problems there. If we make it a perimeter game, these guys will match up pretty well against MRA's outside shooters. But if you can get that double team and triple team down there, I think some better shots for our guys will open up. And sometimes you just got to make the shots that you take. We have had some open looks, but I don't think we've been able consistently to run the offense through Dampier the way we want.
No doubt about that. And cutting down on the fouls will be a concern. Cutting down on those turnovers, a big concern for Coach Richard DeWeese.
Dalton with 3 fouls, Carr with 3 fouls. They're both on the floor, along with Harvey, Dampier, and Bezot. Open look for Harvey. He passes up the 3, comes inside the arc. Good look underneath from Dalton to Dampier, and he gets fouled going straight up. That'll put EJ at the free throw line. He missed all 3 attempts in the first half.
Wilkinson called for that foul, his second.
Great looking form. The result you want. The first free throw.
Patriots as a team now 3 for 6 from the stripe.
Missed the second. That's so far kind of on brand. We mentioned on the season they're shooting 54%. 29-27. MRA trying to get a defensive spark, and a travel called at the top of the key.
So Starkey took the extra step, and that's one in the plus column for MRA as we start the third quarter.
Harvey 3, offensive rebound. Bezot going up strong to the 10, puts it in with a soft touch. 5 for Will Bezot. We're tied 29-29. Williams walks. Got sped up. That's the thing I've seen so much watching MRA play. I imagine you'd agree, Lee, when you've watched him with your two eyes, that when you get down there where Dampier is, even if he doesn't block the shot, he gets guys sped up, and bad things happen when you try to play too fast.
Most definitely.
Bizot knocked to the floor. No foul called. DePaula tips it out to a teammate on the miss. And then Will Bizot will get called for a blocking foul. First foul on Will, team's second, 6:40 to go in the third. Coach DeWeese not happy with that official's call either. And it looks like a timeout, 30-second timeout called, 6:40 to go third quarter. We're tied at 29 in the semis on the MRA Patriot Sports Network.
Your smile says it all, so make it unforgettable. At Boulware Vascular Orthodontics, our specialists create beautiful smiles for kids and adults across the greater Jackson area. With 4 convenient locations, our experienced and caring orthodontists, along with our friendly staff, are ready to align your bite, transform your smile, and boost your self-confidence with treatment options like Invisalign and tooth-colored braces. Visit BoulwareVascularOrtho.com today.
Coming out of the 30-second timeout, each team with 29 points. Basketball possession for the Oak Forest Yellow Jackets off the inline. Ball comes out deep to the left to Williams. They'll space the floor out. Nobody in the painted area. Working on Dalton. Williams sends it to the wing. Drive, hangs on the back rim. Put back, no. Good job, Jack Dalton going up for the rebound. Beautiful lead pass ahead for Bizot, and he scores. Almost has to flip it behind his head to score. MRA back in front now, 31-29.
Evan Carr with that beautiful assist.
Quick miss. EJ with a rebound. Draws a triple team, but he'll get called for the offensive foul, his second. Xavier Carr checks into the game, replaces Caden Harvey. Under 6 minutes to go. MRA has pushed themselves in front by 2.
$5-0 run for the Patriots to start the second half.
Starkey over to Bridges, guarded by Dampier. Williams in the corner. Starts the drive, reverses. Starkey for 3. Found the bottom of the net. First 3 ball for Starkey. 32-31. EJ round a double team, spins left, scores. A lot of groaning going on the Oak Forest bench. They thought Dampier was way too physical in the paint. Starkey leveled off by Evan Carr. Fired the ball to the corner. Williams with a spin, nearly walked with it. Starkey pinned in underneath. Tries to pass to the corner. Evan Carr got in the passing lane, but it went off his knee out of bounds below us. Wilkinson steps on the sideline. Good defense there by Evan Carr. (33-32), 1 point lead in the ball. Say on the drive. Dishes to the corner for Bizot, 3 off the back iron. Saved on the offensive glass by Dalton, and then a foul. EJ gets fouled. They'll call it on Williams, his 4th.
Well, that's a big foul. Quickly up is Jennings Kluka, number 0. And Williams will have to come out.
Pat's playing in on the inline, left of the bucket. In the left angle corner, Xavier Carr dribbles it out. Now left lane line, there's Dalton with a watchmaker's touch, soft. Gets it to drop in. 3-point lead for the Patriots. DePaula way behind the line, off to the right. Blocks it out for the rebound. Climbing the ladder to get it is Dampier. Xavier Carr, left baseline, dishes opposite side. And again, the soft touch from Dalton. He's got buckets on back-to-back trips. It's a 5-point lead. MRA starting to catch fire. Finding that offensive rhythm they lacked in the first half. Dampier steal off the triple team. Then they'll get Dampier with a, I mean, that is a discount cheap foul right there.
That's number 3 on the big fella.
That is clearance sale, table kind of foul, but it's his 3rd.
You're saying it's marked down.
Marked down.
That's what I'm hearing.
Bargain basement, that's what I'm trying to say. 3:35 to go in the 3rd. MRA up 5. Defending man-to-man. Turnover. Paula loses it. They go to Bizot. He scores at the rim, draws the contact, and we'll put him at the line for a 3-point opportunity. Patriots playing fast, starting to get into that groove. Starkey picks up the foul, his first. Team's 3rd. Will Bizot, 75% free throw shooter. To roll around and drop through the cylinder. 40-32, MRA's biggest lead, 8 points.
Bizot now with 10.
DePaula. This is out high. Starkey. Wilkinson for 3. Rebound Bizot.
Oh.
He'll run into his own teammate and lose the ball. Yellow Jackets get it back. DePaula. 3, 4 feet behind the line, clanks off the side. Rebound off the bounce, Dampier. Shots getting rushed now for Oak Forest. And MR defense starting to take its toll on the Oak Forest offense. Dalton can't get it in from 10 feet away. Here come the Yellow Jackets. 2.5 minutes to play in the 3rd. Third quarter has belonged to MRA. Rejection from Dampier. An offensive foul, forearm extended. Sophomore Patrick Leonard, who's just come into the game, gets called for an offensive foul. Oak Forest fans moaning about that call.
Well, a couple of collisions with Dampier will warm you up real fast if you're coming in cold off the bench.
Yeah, you got to do something about that kind of presence. The official says that's not something you can do within the rules. Long 3, way too long. Bizot times it nicely, saves it, and it's an over and back.
Yellow Jackets on a 2-3 zone. That last 13-5 has completely turned this basketball game around.
Sort of a volleyball pass over there, and then there should have been a foul on the offense there. Wascom 3 from the right corner, hits the heel. Reverse, avoiding the rejection from Dampier. 2 for Wilkinson, his first points in the second half. There's Dalton with an answer. Dalton has scored 8 in the first half, 10 overall. Williams back out there with 4 fouls. They need his presence. Wascom three, hanging around the rim. Evan Carr gets the rebound. Great no-look pass. Hard foul on Dampier. Fourth on Brennan Wilkinson.
Well, he didn't want to stand there and watch an Eric Dampier dunk.
That's when you're a defender, you think, I don't want to be on the poster. Don't want to be on that guy's highlight reel tomorrow.
Damp struggling from the line today, 1 out of 6.
(49-36). Left side, Williams. Wilkinson to Williams on the right with his back to the basket. Gets back behind the arc. Drive, kick out, three, Wascom, short. Baseline rebound, Carr. Bizot stops. Back behind the arc to Dalton, who's able to score mid-range using the bank shot. Kiss off the glass. 15-point lead. Strong move to the rack. Foul committed by Dampier with a push. It's Eric's fourth. Six minutes to go. Bridges into the game for Wascom in the Yellow Jacket rotation, and Aiden Thompson about to check in for MRA. That'll give Eric Dampier his first seated moments of the evening. Dampier sitting down with 7. I have him with 7 points. Williams 0 for on that trip. 15-point lead in the ball. MRA going to make Oak Forest chase them a little bit and spread the floor. Blocking foul on Starkey. He has 3, team's third.
I'm just noticing Amaria Williams with 1 blue shoe, 1 yellow shoe. That makes it hard to hit your free throws.
That could be a distraction. That's the game within the game right there.
He's got another pair just like him at home.
Evan Carr of MRA's just picked up his 4th personal. MRA with 3 team fouls. Both teams carrying 3 early part of the quarter. We could see quite a few free throws go up before this one's over. 51-36, a girls semifinal to follow this one. Good anticipation from Bizot to get into the passing lane and tip it over to Jack Dalton. MRA with a turnover off the steal. Ticking down toward 5 minutes to play in the quarter. Free throw line extended right. Look from Dalton to Paula with the block on the Thompson attempt.
Coach DeWeese wondering where the foul call is. But at least it's MRA.
Now 4 minutes, 5 seconds left. Dalton inside out. Xavier Carr can't get the 3 to go in. Pats keep it alive and get a left hand put in off the glass for Thompson.
19-point cushion now for MRA.
Game slipping away for Oak Forest. Coach Mathern wants a 30-second timeout with 3:35 to go. It's a 19-point lead now. We'll be back. Oak Forest led through most of the first half. Led at 29-26 at the midway point. Third quarter was all MRA, and they continue to expand the lead out now 55-36, playing out the final 3.5 minutes.
Yes, only 7 second-half points for the Yellow Jackets, who had to be feeling real good about themselves at halftime. But a completely different story in the third quarter.
I think you would have to give the MRA defense credit for sparking this comeback. And then you get stops at the other end, you get some quick baskets, get some layups, get a lot of things working for you. Right now, shots just not going in for the Yellow Jackets. Carr backs it out. Stepping through defenders between two, can't score it. Rebound Williams. Quick pass. Wilkinson can't score at the rim, but he'll get bailed out with a foul call. Looks like it's going on Bizot.
4 on Will. Dampier already sitting with 4.
Caden Harvey quickly gets up off the bench, so does Eric Dampier Jr. $12 points for Brennan Wilkinson, now 13.
Brennan 7 out of 7 from the free throw line.
He scored 8 points in the first quarter, but has not scored at that clip since then. But he helped push his team out to that early lead. Xavier Carr and Aiden Thompson exit, with Dampier and Harvey re-entering the game. Evan Carr going up for the offensive board. Caden Harvey, open floor, left side. 3 minutes to go. Assist from Bizot. Dunk from Dampier. And the lead is now 20.
Dampier now with 9.
Oak Forest has really put double teams on him, pushed, pulled, yanked at him all night. Officials coming to give some instruction to some of the players on the Oak Forest bench. Maybe said a little too much.
It's like they're getting 5 fresh players on the floor.
Hockey line shift change coming in for Oak Forest.
Patrick Leonard wearing number 22. Brady Easley is wearing number 3. 0 is Jennings Kluka.
So also
and
Braxton Wascom, number 1.
And 2 is Ross Turner.
A few of those players played, I think 3 of those players had some limited action in the first half, but officials talking to both benches, and now 2:48 to go, 20-point game. MRA's about to send in a fresh 5 as well. Trey Martin Young, Dylan Dixon, also Trey Pentecost, Aiden Thompson, and Xavier Carr. Let's see, Pentecost, well, let's see, Caden Harvey's going to stay in the game. Pentecost will sit down again. 2:48 to go.
So Caden Harvey, number 11, the only starter remaining on the floor for Coach DeWeese in the final 2:45.
9 out of 10 new pieces on the board. Kluka working on Zay. Corner 3, straight down and good for Easley. 57-40. Dixon at the free throw line, out to Carr. Carr with a kick out. Dre Martin Young answers from the left corner. 5'10" sophomore puts it back at 20.
Nice block
yeah,
by Aiden Thompson.
Thompson just straight down rejection. Leonard out to Wascom, working on Dre Martin Young. Score at the rim for Easley for 2. 90 seconds left in the semifinal. MRA play it out. They'll get to punch their tickets to the championship game. They'll play Simpson-Jackson Prep winner. Those two teams play the final game in this session today. Caden Harvey rises up for 3, too long. Kluka clears the rebound. Officials will stop play to allow number 10 into the game. And I don't know who number 10 is, but he's in the game.
Don't have him on my roster either.
Steal for Xavier Carr. Goes up on a defender and scores. 5 tonight for Zay. 62-42, 50 seconds to go, another steal.
Harvey for 3.
Harvey not taking a lot of shots, and that's his first 3. He doesn't go many games without a 3, and this one he gets one late.
I'm sorry
Shot
about
from
that.
The top, easily is good. .40, 65-45, 15 seconds to go, and MRA should dribble it out. Coach DeWeese says, we're not going to run any more offense. That's going to be the final, 65-45. MRA turns it around in the second half. Ends up with a 20-point victory, but it certainly didn't come easy against a tough-nosed club from Louisiana with Oak Forest. Lee Adams, you got to tip your cap to Oak Forest. They played hard from beginning to end, played their kind of game early, took MRA a little bit out of some things they wanted to do, but just couldn't withstand the full 32 minutes.
I don't think it would be an exaggeration to say they threw a scare into MRA in those first 2 quarters of basketball. They had a 3-point lead at halftime and certainly got Coach DeWeese and staff's attention, but it all turned out well after a really solid third quarter for MRA. They were able to coast in the fourth.
And that's the thing when you're a coach trying to get your team to play at its peak, when the wins matter most. You know, they hang banners for what goes on this month of the year. And when a team comes in at 29-2, sometimes they can come in and coast, and maybe they don't take an opponent as seriously as they should. Not saying that happened tonight, but it's a struggle. And I think in the long run, an effort like tonight does this MRA team a lot of good, where they had to, take a shot in the mouth, taste a little blood on their lip in the first half, and then just get back to business as they did and finish off the opponent after taking the first punch.
Well, let's look at the personal scoring stats for Madison-Ridgeland Academy. Win number 30 on the year against 4 losses. Evan Carr led the way with 14 points. 6 of those came in the second half. Next was Jack Dalton with 12. 11 for Will Bezot. 9 for Eric Dampier Jr. 6 for Aiden Thompson. 5 for Caden Harvey. And 3 for Xavier Carr. Patriots trail by 3 at halftime and win the second half by 23. Final margin of victory 65-45 as MRA gets ready to play for the South 4A Championship here on Saturday.
Pencil MRA in on that bracket I know you have at home. MRA wins by 20, gets to the championship game. We'll have a 5:30 appointment on Saturday against either Jackson Prep or Simpson, who play the late game around 7:45, 8 o'clock tonight. That'll do it for us here. Thanks, Scott Thomas Murphy, work on the camera. Thanks always to our great producer and director, Alan Burford. Speaking of great, Lee Adams, it's been great to work with you. You've done a great job.
Same here.
Enjoyed doing both games with you immensely, and appreciate you a lot. Thanks to all of you for listening and watching. We'll catch you on Saturday for consolation game early at 12:15, and then a championship game late for MRA in the boys bracket on Saturday in the South 4A title. For our whole crew here, I'm Philip Palmertree saying good night. Grace and peace. Go Patriots.